Yeah.
Good morning, good evening, good afternoon to all the geeks out there in our geekdom, and welcome to another Monday night stream with the Geekoscopy, Kiz, myself, and the newest edition, Zaid, otherwise known as the Geek-Inspired Podcast.
Podcast. Now where's Podcast?
I will never get it right.
Now where's Podcast?
So we're going to welcome our special guest. We're gonna welcome our special guest. It is none other than DarthZadyBun, the MC at every con that you guys are at. You know he's there, so you're bound to see him everywhere. Welcome, Zaid. How you doing?
Hey, what's up, you guys? Hello. How do you do?
Patented.
I've been working on my like fancy voice. Because since the last time I saw you guys with the bunny chow incident, I decided I needed to redeem myself. So I'm instead going to say,
shit. That's all I can picture you doing, mate.
That's how your story ended off that night, actually, now that I think about it.
Streams of sweat running down your face.
Yes. Good times.
Swaddish was the jam.
Yes,
Thanks for having me, guys. Super excited to be here.
We need to do a 10-year reunion for Swaddish.
We do. We've got to get everyone together for the 10-year reunion.
First, we need to get that video from Vish and Pagan. I've been asking them forever.
What's up, Motala? What's up, Kuya? How you guys doing? Sorry.
Vish is supposed to send us that video.
He was.
No, Pregan.
Pregan recorded it, yeah.
I actually asked him about it, and he said that no, there were some languages there that it's almost impossible to edit out. I was like, no, it's fine. We all know.
We just want personal use. We don't want to post it anywhere.
We don't have these people. You put that shit up.
With anyone, we just want to see it for personal reasons.
Yeah, we can bleep things out. It's not like we're incapable of bleeping, you know. It's just what?
I always took you for the bleeper.
Me or Tunes?
No, you.
Me? Yeah. I'm not really a bleeper. I swear a lot, but I'm not a bleeper. I like to leave it in. I don't censor. Censorship. You shouldn't do it. Seriously. You should restrict it, but don't censor. Simple as that.
I got you, man.
Hey,
Okay.
Tom and Haley.
All right, so what's up, Tom and Haley? What we're gonna just run through a bit of the things that we're gonna be talking to Mr. Zaid about, and our general geek-inspired podcastiness that we do every Monday night.
There is a twist to this one, though.
There is a twist. I am reading from a script. I am very scared now. They have a gun to my head. If I do not read from the script, they will shoot me from very far because guns are illegal in this country.
I've got this thing I use on my cat. The spray bottle.
He must comply.
There you go. See, I'm out of control. Yeah. All right. So I'm gonna do it. I already have to do it. Normal intro and welcome to the 9th episode of the Geek-Inspired Podcast with us, your hosts, the SA Geeks. Giannis, aka Geekoscopy, aka Tunes.
That's me.
And none other than DarthZadyBun himself. Zaid, Motala, I think I pronounced that right, I don't know. ZHM Entertainment, how are you doing, Zaid? I can't. It breaks me. God, imagine if I talked like that. That would be terrible.
That's why I told you guys to edit it. That was my script from the original podcast from 2 years ago.
Don't worry, I'll add them. Right, so firstly, I would like to just say, Zaid, thank you so much for joining us. It's actually really awesome to have you here. It's been a long time, obviously, since we moved to Scotland. We actually haven't been able to keep in contact or anything. Obviously, Tunes we speak to every Monday night and throughout the week anyway. So, he's nothing but a thing.
My heart is broken.
Bullshit.
End of stream.
Okay, that's it.
Twitch shutdown. National shutdown on Twitch.
Now fired.
Guys, we're looking for a new host. This one is lost. It's done now.
I'm judging you so hard right now, bro. I'm judging you so hard.
Yeah, no, I can feel it all the way here in Scotland, dude. I'm like, if looks could kill, I'd be 6 feet under right
now. The rays.
All right, but anyway, yes, Zaid, it's awesome to have you here. Tunes, obviously, it's awesome to have you here. Otherwise, what's the point in having this whole thing? You were the one who actually came up with the idea.
Indeed.
It's always good to have you next to me.
Okay,
yes,
so this went R-rated. This just got R-rated now because, like...
I blew a bloody kiss at her. That's not R-rated. That's barely even PG-12.
No. Tunes and I, Indian, where we come from, our movies don't have all of that.
No.
Must change your life, man.
Oh, yeah, we're supposed to socially distance. I better off screen then.
Yeah. Needs to be exactly one Snorlax apart at all times.
All right. So as Kez said, we are doing things a little bit different today. It is going to be a rather weird one because I'm going to be reading technically from a script, but not. I'm still going to be ad-libbing. Yeah. But technically, I'm going to be going through it a little bit more with a little bit more structure rather than just like random blowing things out of proportion.
Basically,
although we are going to talk about some of the news today for the South Africans, but that's a little bit later. Right now, I would just like Zaid to give us a little rundown on who you are and what you're doing at this moment in time.
Okay, so hi guys, my name is Zaid Motala. I go by DarthZadyBun, and all my socials are ZHM Entertainment. So I do a little bit of everything. I'm primarily a collector, so I do action figures, I do comic books, and I do a lot of video content for Comic-Con Africa. So I'm just your average everyday guy who knows some not so average, not so everyday people, mainly Kez, but these other two are okay as well. And yeah, man.
She does it wrong. It's like this, but we'll forgive her. We'll forgive her trespasses. All right. So tell us about your what you do personally in the geek culture, as it were.
Okay. So
other than the obvious that you've already explained.
Okay. I freak out very, very often. So what often happens is I go and I buy stuff, and then I open it for people, and then I get really excited and I start stammering and I start crying, and then I try to redeem my dignity. I try to redeem my dignity by using my fancy voice as I explain to you exactly why you need to buy this thing. And every so often, I'm very, very fortunate. I get to host events here in South Africa. So we're talking Geek Fest, Rage, Comic-Con, So I host stuff over there as well. So it's really, really awesome. I get to be a fan, and then also a part of the shows as well. So very, very fortunate.
Yeah, no, I can only imagine. Tunes, you got anything to add?
You want to tell us a bit about hosting Comic-Con Africa for the first time? It was, we couldn't even get a hold of you throughout the whole time because you were so busy.
No, we like, hi.
No, it's just a wonderful thing. It's a wonderful thing. So I do a lot of the fan meetups. So basically, the guys from Comic-Con will tell me that, okay, we have prizes sponsored by X, Y, and Z, and we need to put up a show basically for them for that period of time, where just basically get the audience involved and to get them to bring that fandom to life, So I host those, so I'm more in the panel rooms, it's really, really awesome because what's wonderful about it is that you see people coming in from all walks of life, And for those of you who don't know, the South African geek community is a fairly new one. It's always been there, but it's only very recently that we have all started coming together because of all these different shows. And just having, a space with everyone to really just let loose, it's a wonderful experience. It really is. It's humbling. It's terrifying, because like I know at the first Comic-Con, that was around the time the new season, the new Doctor from Doctor Who, was coming out. And what happened was there was a rumor that the first episode was going to play. And, we were all told that. And then at the last minute, as I understand, one of the liaisons from BBC was like, no, we're actually not going to be able to do that. They didn't authorize it, but we can show the last episode. So I have this thing now where, there's all these Whovians there. And now I've got to explain to them about why, okay, you know what, actually we're not going to be watching the new episode, but we are going to watch the last Doctor do his thing. So have fun with that. And yeah, but it was lots of fun because like I think just the vibe and the energy, the people over there, even though no doubt some people were more than a little bit disappointed, but just that energy of having all those Whovians together, any fandom together, it's just magic. So yeah, it's a roller coaster. I'll say that.
Were you planning
really
to be
awesome.
at Comic-Con Cape Town? Were you supposed to host there?
Yeah,
I was, I was headed out to Comic-Con Cape Town. It's such a bummer, man, because like the guys who organized the show, Reed Pop, some of the stuff that they had planned for Cape Town, it was insane. Because I was very, very fortunate. I actually have it here somewhere over here, the program for the show. And they had the program ready. They had there were going to be surprises at the fan meetups and a cuckload of prizes. And, unfortunately, the way the world works, we had to cancel that show. But, I think a lot of the stuff that we were going to do there will be carried over to Comic-Con Cape Town. So, Comic-Con Africa. So, yeah, so it's going to be okay. But that was heartbreaking, man. That was heartbreaking.
But, like, what's the vibe with Comic-Con Africa? Is it you try and still carry on with it this year? Or is it a potential...
Okay, so that... No. So at the moment, Comic-Con Africa full steam ahead. Obviously, nobody knows what's going to be happening with this COVID-19 story, So as it stands, Carol Weaving, so she's the MD for Africa for Reed, and she was like, at Comic-Con full steam ahead. The team are on board. They're just securing, obviously, there's a lot of things. The landscape has changed, because cons around the world are basically being cancelled left, right, and center, or at the very least postponed. So, the plans are still underway. Everyone's still on board. Everything is still full steam ahead. And I guess now, whatever it is that you believe in, spare a prayer. So, we get through all of this here really, really quickly.
What was the very first con or event that you were actually asked to host? Because I don't think many people actually know that. When
they just know you as that dude there, on the stage, that loud energy that's always on stage. That's who they know. They don't really know where you started from. So for the
How
viewers,
did you get involved
and to be honest, for some of the Scottish viewers that are more than likely going to see you at some point doing your thing here in Scotland, I'm sure they'd like to know before you actually come here, where you actually come from and how you started in geek culture, as it were. I think that was where you were getting to. Oh, no.
Just the cons part. That is actually a very, very good question. I think, okay, at the level that I'm doing it now, that's actually a very, very good one. I know that in Durban, they have Icon by the Sea. So with my friends from Project Mayhem out in Durban, they are one of the anchor tenants over there. So I know I did stuff for them, like announcing for their cosplay competitions and all of that. But actually, the main cons, the main con circuit, as it were, I think it was Rage a couple years back. I used to write for, there was, I think it was called Geek Node at the time.
Geek Node
or GS. I was writing for one of those.
Geek Node, yeah.
So it was either Geek Node. I think I already moved to GS by then. And so I hosted the cosplay competition there. So that was my first getting to know the thing, and oh my god, it was lots of fun because Baka Sakura, you guys had on, I think it was last week. Anzo, yeah. So the week before, right? So she and I co-hosted that. It was just so much of fun because up until that point, I hadn't had mass exposure with the Joburg crowd. And let me tell you that Joburg crowd is something else, So yeah, it was lots of fun. Lots of fun.
That's true.
Yeah, so I think that was the first toe in the ocean, as it were, with this kind of thing. Yeah.
Part 2 of the question can be what you were going to ask.
I've forgotten.
I can help you with that. How did I get involved in the geek culture kind of thing? Rob?
Yes, of course, that was it. Yes, yes. Thank you, Zaid. Thank you.
Maybe he should be the host next week.
You know what the problem is? Tunes, you tell him, right? It's because when Kaz is giving him the apple juice, this fellow here wants to be forward and he wants to go and then he wants to go drink Coke. The Coke is rotting your brain, my man. The Coke is rotting your brain.
Keep it natural. Keep it natural.
You know what it is? the alcohol that's added to the Coke. That's what's rotting my brain.
This is plain pure.
Brandy.
Oh, Coke.
This
Okay,
is not
when you meant
whiskey.
Coke, you mean as in cola. Coke as in the cola.
Oh,
Yeah.
no
You said
cocaine.
you
Not
really
that
want
Coke,
apple juice,
not
you
that
want some Coke. I was like,
No, bro, I don't take drugs.
Straight edge lifestyle.
because those are bad. Okay.
This Coke.
That Coke, dude, the stuff that you drink.
Okay. No, just clarify. I don't know you. How did I get involved in geek culture? Look, I think like most of us, I grew up with this. I was more than a little bit odd growing up, like really, really awkward as a child. And I found an escape, in comic books and cartoons and definitely my action figures. And I think like for many years after that, didn't really have a platform for it. And then maybe about 5-6 years back, there was a group on Facebook. I think it was called The Shire or something like that. And suddenly on this Facebook, there's a whole lot of guys and girls now who are into this kind of thing. And it just gave me a platform to really be able to express myself or this part of myself. And from there it grew. So it's awesome. It's awesome.
Right.
That's right.
So, just a couple of quotes from our from the people watching at the moment. Quinix Faye says, "Project Mayhem Squad." Blah! Okay, so that's the one comment. Then Chicken Wingers, being the shithead he is, Coke Squad,
aka Tom.
and
Coke Squad.
He goes,
Coke Squad. That.
yeah, and then
Well,
he
that's why he goes,
Cola.
Yeah, I got so excited that I hit something over here. So okay, there we go. Yeah.
Right,
You nearly saw my video.
We're gonna jump onto a bit of news that's been happening this week.
Oh, yes, because we do still do the news.
Yeah, we do still chuck the news in. We just we'll chuck it in every once in a while, and while we're busy asking questions.
Pepper
So
it
it's like
in.
Sure.
Yeah, just like all right. All right, so we all know what's been happening recently with the releasing of all the new next-gen consoles and stuff like that. All right, firstly, I'm happy to say that Sony and Microsoft have both said, firstly, that PS5, Xbox Series X will be coming out this year, regardless of coronavirus. They will still be releasing the consoles, which is very good news, actually, in most aspects. But that's not what I want to get on. All right, people are jumping up and down all angrily because Sony was saying that they're not going to be fully backward compatible with PS1, PS2, and PS3 games. I don't see why that's a problem, but let's talk about that. Why would you guys see that as an issue? Do either of you see it as an issue that you can't play PS1, 2, and 3 games, or is it like the end of the world because the PlayStation 5 won't do that?
No, I don't see it as a problem.
Can I say? I don't know what the protocol is, so I'm going to put up my hand and just wait to be recognized by Honorable Chair.
Honorable Motala.
I'm the one becoming a teacher here, bro. I'm the one becoming a teacher.
Honorable Chair, may I be recognized? Honorable
You are
Chair.
recognized.
Thank you, my chair. Right. South Africans would have totally got that. To the Scottish guys watching, sorry, man, you're going to have to ask him to explain that one. But anyway, for me, I just feel
Your background.
This cat. What
That's
is he
twice
doing?
now, by the way. Sorry. The cat's busy
Jeez,
pulling his stand behind.
I don't know why he's so energetic at this point.
Yeah. No, it's the Coke, man. It's the Coke.
Anyway, you were saying, Zaid.
Yeah. So no, for me, I don't think it's a major chain smash. Like I still have my PS3 and I still have my PS2, and we accidentally broke the PS1. And the reason for that was because
Someone got
I'll tell you. It's because, like, I think I'm one of those guys where I have my PS4 controller here, and I'm going to demonstrate exactly what happened. Just hold that thought, right?
He's too rough with it.
I'm one of those guys. This is how I do my thing, right? I'm like, egg, man. And with the PS1, that thing they still got the cables over there, and I did the egg, and then the thing just went through. So, that was the end. That was the end of Spyro the Dragon. Spyro the
Rest in
Dragon
peace.
settled down. Pieces actually. And then I tried. So like, I'm one of those guys like, where I get a bit carried away with accessories. So many moons ago in my misspent youth, when I had a PS2, I bought myself one of those, those metal bags and all that stuff. So this was like the real shields, the real shields now. And I found this thing, and it had the memory cards and all of that with all 8 megabytes of memory on that thing. And I plugged this thing in, and I tried to play Tekken 5. And I'm not going to lie, I nearly had an epileptic attack.
Jeez.
Because some of the stuff that was going on the screen, I was like, really, this is a bit too much for me now, So I'm just of the view that, okay, look, we're moving into the future. I have not come across, this is a personal opinion, I have not come across anyone who in this day and age, with all the I'm playing Assassin's Creed Odyssey at the moment, and with all the side quests and stuff that are going on right now in the games as they have, who has the time, the energy, and the brain capacity to go back and play things from way back when in the early 2000s? No, man, guys, no guys. So I guess for that, okay, the game. So we're just gonna block him off there, right? But I'm like, who has the time? But more than that, it would have been nice to have been able to do the whole shebang. But I don't know. I just don't feel that it's the worst thing that could happen. You know what I mean?
No,
when I get the PS5, I'm very much a PS guy. When I get the PS5, I'm going to wait for them to bring out the new God of War. I'm really looking forward to that. And after that, we'll just see. We'll see what happens. So, no, it's not a trade smash. But more power to those people who are upset about it. But, I mean, no.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, that's how I feel as well. It's like, look, you can be upset. I understand that Sony may have dropped the ball by saying that it's going to be fully backward compatible. But... it takes 2 to tango here, fully backward compatible. Maybe they aren't thinking that far back in the future. I mean, in the past. I don't think they're thinking that far back in the past where you're like, backward compatible with PS1, 2 games. Yeah, definitely. I think they were just thinking fully backward compatible with PS4 games. And from there, we'll see what we can do with the rest. And to be honest, it really doesn't matter that much, in my opinion. It is, and these guys who are taking shots at Sony for it, saying, Sony sucks now because that's what they're doing. You know what? Xbox did the same thing. Microsoft really made fuck-ups and you guys still bought their console. So don't play that game with us, right? Firstly. Secondly, when it comes to either console, Kez and I are buying both. So, I mean, that is very little to us. We're hybrids. So we play on PC, PlayStation, Xbox.
No, we're buying it because we got Doom.
Yeah, we're buying the Xbox because we got Doom Eternal.
Doom.
Guys, we got Doom Eternal, and it's wicked. It's fucking awesome. You should all play it. Okay, I can't be the judge of that.
Unless you play like me, you can ask.
I actually can't play in the game. When she was streaming last night, yesterday and the night before, actually, when she was streaming, what I was doing was fucking myself in Resident Evil 2.
Yeah, but you Tunes can vouch. You don't want to watch me because you'll go really just get past this part already. We've seen you die enough.
It was like a solid half an hour playing that one stage.
So often with
I died like
Dark
50 times in one place, and I had to go again and again and again and again.
Oh, you guys would have loved watching me stream. Well, actually, you should probably watch her stream it. But Resident Evil 2. I shat bricks playing that game. Holy crap. It's like, at one point, I've never actually gotten a fright as much as I did playing this game. When, about the same time she was dying, I jumped out of my skin because the tyrant came through a wall. And all I was like, Jesus Christ.
Now you see now. Because you took the good Lord's name in vain, that's why we have coronavirus. I blame you. I blame
Judged.
you.
Because I said it, you guys have coronavirus.
Been smited.
But you see, you're not infected, and neither is Tunes. We're good. You guys have less of it than we do.
Calm down. It's not a
competition. Yeah.
But if it was, you're winning, Dan. You're winning.
Yeah, we're losing. Actually, we're losing. If it's a competition, you guys are winning. Like, really winning. But
winning
anyway.
and beating it, yeah.
Yeah, exactly. Okay, so
Haley
yeah.
has a question for you, Zaid.
Yeah, sure.
She said, did you ever think this is the direction your life would go?
Yeah, we even taking questions from the audience.
Okay, so I didn't catch it. Did I ever think?
This was the way your life was going to go.
With the MC,
Oh,
and
direction,
with
yeah.
No,
life in
no,
general.
no. Honestly, it's just been a roller coaster. I'm just, it's. If I think about it, the way I look at it is that, like, we are different versions of ourselves as we go through life. And when I think about, like Zaid level 5, like when I was like 5 years old, 7 years old, like all the way up to like 13, 14, that sense of being so alone, that emptiness, from just like not knowing, genuinely believing that I was the only one like me, like who was this guy reading these comic books, collecting. That time they used to have this dinosaurs book, like every week you go to CNA, get a piece of a dinosaur, and
I had that.
I was the only guy, and for the longest time I thought that it was just me, like the only other comic book collectors and fans are in America, and I'm going to be alone. And now, like, to think that I get to be a part of so many people's journeys, really, it's just a wonderful experience, and I'm really, really so blessed and really, really so grateful. It's just a wonderful experience because, like, for example, it's a small things. It's small things. Like, can I just share one example of it?
Of course.
Okay. So it's actually Kunix herself, actually, Suhaila. So when it was last year, the year before, it was the year before at Halloween Comic Fest. So we were in Durban, and she came to the Project Meme event, and she was there with her mom. And so I was doing a live video, and like I didn't know at the time, but apparently I say, "Hey, what's up, you guys?" a lot, right? So okay, you don't have to agree so readily, And like, so I was over there and I'm doing it. I'm like, "Hey, what's up, you guys?" And at that moment, like, like
typical Zadie.
And like this one guy starts laughing, and then this girl's like, "Oh my God, he said it." I'm like, "What?" And then I was like, "Oh wow, your cosplay, And it's like, "Hey, that's your thing." And like, for me, the silliest thing is something so innocuous, it's just like, "Hey, what's up, you guys?" That's what I say. And like to think that part of someone's journey in this entire thing, like if like I once tried in a video to say, "Hi everyone, my name is Zaid and this is what we're doing today." And in the comics it was like, "What's wrong? Is everything okay? Is everything okay at home?" Like, something wrong, you want to talk about it, Like, I mean, if that had to happen now, people would have been sending me toilet paper because, like, "Is everything okay at home?" "Yeah, have it all." Have it all. So
that sounds like
I never.
Yeah. I
never expected it. It's crazy, man. I never expected it, and honestly, every day, that I get to do this, I get to be a part of stuff that, like, what you guys are doing. It's just, man, it's just an awesome, humbling thing. So yeah.
It's just as humbling to have you here, bro. Believe me.
Let's start blushing and stuff now. I'm looking at a bunny just now.
I mean, imagine if I had to start our videos without saying "Good morning, good evening, and good afternoon to all the geeks." Now imagine if I didn't start the videos and I just said hi.
It wouldn't be the same.
It wouldn't. Or signing off without saying
Kippy.
It's not the same. That's our thing.
No, it would not.
But yeah, that's beside the point, I suppose. I thought I'd add this in here. I didn't realize, but we're going on now. Not smoke free.
Way off topic.
But I thought I'd just add that in. I'm really proud of the fact that I had a cigarette in 9 months.
Well done.
Sorry, I thought that's something very impressive for me because I couldn't.
That's monumental, dude. That's monumental.
Yeah.
That's
monumental. Something to be celebrated, not with a cigarette.
Not with a cigarette.
Actually, I didn't dream about that the other day, so don't joke.
In the month that I actually did quit, I had a huge celebration on the channel with all of us. I think during one of the podcasts about with the whole 1 year smoke free. I think it's important.
You can do it, my man. I went 3 months without eating a pie.
Without eating a pile. Without eating a pile.
Pie. I'm on to that kinky stuff.
How did you do that, bro? How did you do that?
Respect.
No, I can't say anything now because I ate two by mistake.
What? You ate two by mistake.
By mistake. I'm sorry, what? Did your head
along with the KFC
go into the pie machine or something?
Slipped and fell.
He slipped and fell into a pie.
They just like came.
No, you know what happened? You know what happened? It's actually like a funny story. Not haha funny, but okay, like that. So what happened was...
We'll be the judge
So what happened was, I got a message on WhatsApp, and WhatsApp is the devil, I'll tell you that, right? And, somebody told me that, the president might be making an announcement later today, so this was earlier today, and I was like, woo, just in case things go wrong, one needs to go and get himself some milk, right? So I went to... No, you laugh. But have you ever had a situation...
no milk yet.
Oh, that's enough. So, I went to Checkers, right? And Checkers, for
those of you guys who don't know Tesco.
Stop interrupting.
Sorry, they don't know what Checkers is. I
was about to tell them. Okay, it's like how you have Tesco, right? So I go in over there, and what happened was, I don't know what made me look at the deli. I don't normally do it, but I saw they had 2 Pyman's pies for 17 rand. Now, for those of you over there, that's less than a pound for 2 pies.
Less than a pound for 2 pies.
2
That's
pies,
actually pretty
17. Yo.
That's a very... You know what pie it was? It was prime steak. It was prime steak, guys. It was prime steak. And I was just like, look, with COVID and everything going on anyway, I'm fat as it is. It's not going to make a difference. I'm just going to chow the pie. So...
Stick together, bro. Stick together.
You might lose some weight on lockdown. That's my plan. I'm going to go like 5 days without eating food just to save money.
Here's the funny thing. The only skinny person here is Kez. I'm fat. We're all fat. We're all happy together.
I'm happy with that.
I will have you know.
It's well.
I will have you know that I am Thunder Chunky. Okay, right.
You're Thunder Chunky. Right. Well, dude, I'm far from Thunder Chunky. I am freaking Boulder Chunky.
Thunder Chunky, Boulder Chunky. You could be the Chunky brothers.
Team Chunk.
I'm Chunk Master 3000. That's my...
Yeah, there we go. Hashtag love the chunk. Anyway, jumping on time for you, Zadie. This is actually kind of... I've always wanted to ask you this question as well.
Oh, yeah?
Do you have any geek culture role models? It's something I've always wanted to ask you. Role models in geek culture that actually really inspired you to actually be you, like the person you are. Wow. I see I've stumped him here, and this is a funny question.
That is actually a brilliant question. Look, the honest answer is going to sound like it's going to sound like a cop out, but you'll forgive me. I think remember how I was saying about how we have different versions of ourselves,
Yeah.
And what I try to do now is aspire to be as fun as I possibly can be, So when I was a kid, all those things you weren't allowed to do, all those things you weren't allowed to say. So now I try to do, all of that stuff and say all of that stuff within the confines of not getting sued. So that's really why So I wouldn't say I have a role model per se, like, one girl or guy that I'm like, okay, I want to be like that. But, I mean, when I see people who just live their dream, like people who are just living their dream, like, I mean, if you look at Kelsey Atkins, Jinx Kitty cosplay, I mean, that girl has basically gone from being just, someone toying with cosplay over here, and now she is #1 in the world. I mean, when I look at creators, I mean, there's a guy, Bill Masuku. Bill Masuku, he's a bra in Zimbabwe, of all places, and this bra over here is out there. He's created his own comic book universe. He's got Captain South Africa, he's got Razorman, then he's brought on Misfortunism, so that's his book. He's got that out over there, and Guys are just, like I see people that were just living it up. I mean, you look at Jason Masters, Sean Isaacs, Warren Lowe. These are South African now. Carl Mostert, Mostert, Debra. All of them now, who are local O's. Guys like you and me. Who, well, okay, more Giannis than me, more than the tunes than me. Hey Giannis, say me about Ramos.
It's me other Giannis,
Sorry. My bad. But it's just. I think I take lead from people who live in Jeep. Can I tell you? I got one brother, Patrick Duvenak. That guy over there. He's one of the bras who's who's working with Comic-Con, and this guy over here, just like his passion and his drive, when you see just like to create something for the fans, and just to have fun with these things, it's just something that drives me. So even when I look at you guys, the two of you now, and before we really got to know each other, I think it sounds okay. This one here, this bearded mother here, he's a lucky. Such a nice girlfriend he got, running around behind him over here and this thing over there. Then I found out you guys are married, and then I was like, that poor girl, shame, but because and I was like, how? But this is the thing, I just see all you guys. I mean, this man over here, tunes over here. He's shooting all this stuff over here, but this man's doing his doctorate and stuff right there. You know what I mean? So I'm like, just people now who are out there living their best lives. So I look at each and every one of you guys. I'm like, no, I want to be like that, bro. I want to be like that guy. When I see literally, when I see cosplayers like even at Comic-Con, Geek Fairs, Rage, whatever. When I see that person who you can see it's their first Comic-Con and they're just like, oh my god. I'm like, I want to be like that guy, and that just brings me back into it because I'm like, sometimes I think that, as creators, you get so caught up in, meeting your deadlines and what's happening with your content, deliver needs this and that it's very easy to lose sight of, the fun aspect of it. So just to have a conversation like this with my friends, and, just kick back and talk on Discord, which is amazing. I told you, I'm just very, very impressed with this whole thing. It's a wonderful thing. So that's basically my role model. And like I said, it sounds like a cop-out, but my role model is every random fan that I see, they're just losing their morals because they're having such a good time. So yeah, that's it.
And you can thank Tunes for the whole podcast idea. He approached us, and he said to us that he's thinking of restarting the Geek-Inspired Podcast, but he wants help and he wants someone else to actually jump on and work with him. So we decided that. So when he said that, we didn't decide. He asked us if we could join him. We didn't just jump in and go, oh, we're gonna take it up. He actually asked us if we could jump in and actually host with him. And actually spoken to him about this before. He doesn't mind the fact that I actually ask questions as often. Because I was always worried that if I asked too many questions, he'd get pissed off with me.
This man over here, he's too cool, man. He's just too cool.
I'm too chill.
He's just too cool.
He wants to be in the background.
Yeah, he wants to be in the background, but unfortunately, he's in the background next to us.
This guy over here, he's low key. He's got that low Barry White voice, how's it, man? How you doing? I'm like, oh shit. Oh shit! You get those like the 90s, early 2000s, those love songs. Like every time you talk to dudes, that's how he's like. I just half explain to you like, hey baby, how you doing? And I'm like, ooh, I'm like, yeah, So yeah. So no. This man got skill, man. This man got skill. Keep tuning, bro. Keep tuning.
No, he's actually he really is a rock. He's the rock star of our whole cast here.
I'm no rock star.
You got the lead singer, you got the rhythm guitarist, you got the lead singer, you got the lead guitarist, and then you got the drummer in the background. And the drummer in the background, you don't really see him, but he's there. He's there. You can hear him.
Yeah.
And that's him. that is him.
I have to keep the line. Yeah. I have to keep the drum line or the bass line. Also like bass.
Yeah, he knows how to keep us going. That's the whole thing.
How do you feel about TikTok? Because I don't think I've seen you on TikTok. Unless I'm wrong. How do you feel about TikTok? You.
Oh, me?
I know
okay.
Tunes is indifferent about it.
Yeah, Tunes is indifferent.
I stand to be corrected. But actually, both of you, how do you feel about TikTok? Is it something you're gonna go into?
I feel like I'm not pretty enough. Like hear me out. Like, I think people who excel at TikTok are, very resourceful. It's very, very funny. I mean, like, to be able to like get all of those, do all the lip syncing and stuff. It's really, really awesome. I'd give it a whirl, but I think like a lot of my stuff is, you guys, there's a huge ass cricket over here, right? So just I'm gonna talk to you about this thing just in 1 second. Just hold on. Die. No, this thing is like really, really big, right? Hey, yay.
That sounds like a Bollywood movie. Yay.
Right.
You took your bush knife for
Guys.
it.
No. I didn't do it as a part.
Then straight bush knife Bobby on the cricket.
You guys know what's a sapat? You ever got sapat? I think you were right. I think you're left. Hey, I would have was like this big, guys. It was like this big.
Are you sure it's not butter and prawn, man?
Don't even joke about things like that, bro. Don't even joke about those things.
Those things scare the crap out of me. I hate bok-tan prawns. I honestly hate them.
Hey guys. Okay. But anyway, TikTok, yeah? No. TikTok is it's still moving. No, that's a dead shadow. It's not moving. Okay. TikTok on the clock, guys. I'm okay with it. I think it's cool. I admire people who do it. I'll give it a whirl at some point. But I just haven't had occasion to as yet. But yeah. Hey, okay.
Clea says do the TikTok, Zaid.
Do the TikTok, yeah. I mean, like, Kez and I are on it now.
I'm gonna give it a whirl.
I want to try it at some point. I want to try doing like parody music, geeky parody music.
Like Lonely Island, yeah, that's cool.
Yeah,
that's cool.
I've got ideas.
Cool. On TikTok, so really, come on, join.
Yeah, he did that. He did that whole with that click on my computer.
With the computer advice, it's really funny.
Yeah, it's like click on my computer.
Oh yeah.
How can I click on your computer when my computer? Blah blah blah. Yeah, there's Kez wanted to do that. Kez wanted to do that with me, but I was like, yeah, no. We will be shunned by everyone in our audience if we do that.
True that.
I think
Zaid is not even denying it. He's like, yeah.
Double click on my computer.
Yeah.
I can see your computer. No. Click on my computer on your computer. How can I click on your computer from my computer? There is an icon labeled my computer on your computer. Double click it. What the hell is your computer doing on my computer? Double click on your computer. Which icon do I have to click? My computer. Tell me, where do you live? I go to your house. Click on your computer. Oh my god. Okay. Click on.
Okay, now, honestly, the whole thing behind that is I like the joke. I do think it's really brilliant, but it's very limited to what can actually be done and how many people can actually use it. And that's why I thought that the way that Kuya and
Keegan
did it, I thought it was unbelievable. Very well done. So well done, Kuya. Well done, Keegan. You guys did a great job.
Well done,
but that's where we need, like, different
in a nutshell.
Cultures and what. No bullshit. Holy crap! When have you ever seen IT in this country?
No.
IT support in a nutshell is this. I can do this, whether you guys like it or not. I can actually. Hello, IT. And try turning it off and on again.
So.
Hey!
That is IT support in a nutshell. Day in, day out. The first thing you say, have you tried turning it off and on again? The second thing you say, plugged in. The third thing you actually say...
Roy, that's loppers.
Exactly. The third thing you say, have you checked that your network is actually connected? Those are the three most important things you say in IT. It is ridiculous, but it's true. And I can say that because I'm not really Irish, but I'm Scottish. I'm close enough to it.
I think this is for you, Tunes. Tom says if you're going, I don't know, maybe it's for both of you. I don't know.
Is it Tom or Haley?
Tom says that if you're going to do Lonely Island level parody, be in. Haley says Korea does awesome TikToks, and then Haley said that hers are TikToks of cosplay, mainly cosplay. I've actually seen, I follow all of you guys on TikTok. It's just that was the most recent one that I found that was actually quite interesting to watch.
I'm more
actually, I want to do an IT crowd one.
I'm more of a Weird Al Yankovic fan. That's the type of stuff
I actually want to do one of those with you, bro.
Yeah.
Weird Al with you, bro.
Good joining.
Because it's Weird Al, man. Who wouldn't want to? But
Weird Al's fun.
yeah, but obviously Zaid needs to answer the question there. Yeah. So what do you think
about TikTok?
About the question?
We're doing a parody. Doing a parody with us.
No, it wasn't a question.
Are you gonna do Lonely?
No, it wasn't a question. It said if you do Lonely
Island. If you do Lonely Island parody, count Tom in.
Count chicken wingers in.
As long as he brings that Miles Morales Spider-Man costume of his, it's on. It's on. Doesn't matter what the video is. The man has to be over there in his cosplay. This is not negotiable. It's not. It can be. You know what? I picture it now. It can be a Lonely Island mashup of The Mandalorian, but Tom needs to be doing the Spider-Man costume. That's going to happen. It's done. It's said. It has been. It's there. It's out on the interwebs. This is happening. It's a done deal.
Okay, so Kuya actually said we also have you tried restarting your laptop? You're actually wrong, Kuya. It's not restarting your laptop. It's have you tried cold booting your laptop? Remember, people actually understand cold booting better than they do restarting. Because then you say cold booting, hold the power button until the laptop turns off. They get that. I don't know why, but that's the truth. They actually understand that more than they do if you just say restarting the laptop. But
Kuya likes the idea of Weird Al.
Yes, there you go. Weird Al. Tunes, you're gonna have to get on TikTok so we can do some Weird Al.
And Tom says, Geekoscopy, we sent you fan art of a certain cat.
Ooh. There's a certain fan art of your baby.
Interesting.
Get out. That's badass, man.
Little Natsu. Fan art of Natsu.
Natsu. I need to see find this.
It's gotta be Natsu.
It can only be.
I'm hoping it's Natsu. Unless it's Meow Cake. But then why would you?
Be Meow Cake.
All right, so Zaid, this is a question that actually has been plaguing me for a while. How do you feel about the cons being cancelled? Well, to be honest, I don't think that any of them are going to be
postponed. Because you are so involved in most.
They're all going to be cancelled, but how do you feel about them being cancelled? Because you are actually involved in a lot of them.
It's a catch-22, man. Like, okay, do you mean like from the perspective of an organizer, or from the perspective is the volume working?
You.
Can you guys hear me? Yes.
Yeah, we can hear you.
As you, see, how do you feel about it?
I'm conflicted. You know, like on one hand, you know, as an individual, I think it's best, you know, safety comes first, you know? Yeah. So, you know, I'm definitely off it there. But as a fan, I am so heartbroken, you guys. You would not believe it. It's like on so many different levels. Like, first of all, just the people, you know, like, I don't think we can shy away from the fact that for a lot of geeks, you know, many of us are still introverts, you know, but very least omniverts. And these shows act as a platform and a showcase to actually get out there, you know. And for some folk, you know, this is the only time they get to see their tribe. So, you know, that's like my heart breaks for them. My heart breaks for the, you know, the cosplayers who have invested a lot of time, a lot of effort, you know, getting stuff ready for show. I mean, one would say, yeah, but now you got more time for it. But you see, as a creator, I've dabbled in cosplay, and I can tell you, you know, in your mind's eye, you envision yourself in a certain space at a certain time with certain people in a certain costume. I mean, it doesn't come to pass like that. It guts you. So you can say, yeah, okay, we'll use it for the next show, or the next thing over there. But it's like waiting for your birthday and then finding out like, oh no, I slipped through the whole thing. You know, it's like that. Yeah. And then the last one that really it worries me really. You see, there are many people who are how can I say, they depend on the cons for an income. You know, so there are people now who, you know, like they make stuff. There's a lot of stores where, you know, like things like Comic-Con, for example, are a major staple in their annual calendar because that's where, they drive a lot of their revenue from, So, I'm really, really worried. But, I understand it, So on that note, I'm just like, oh man, this sucks so much. But I understand where the organizers are all coming from, and I think that everyone canceling, at least postponing, is the most responsible thing they can do. So yeah.
On that note.
Okay, so Chicken Wingers has dropped another question. Tom.
Yeah, Chicken Wingers is Tom.
Okay, so I'm assuming. Okay, so not another question. He said, okay, going back to our IT things. He said, I once said, have you tried suffocating your laptop and it worked?
How does one suffocate your laptop? Yeah, do you block the fans? You block the fans.
To any users who don't know PCs very well, don't do it. You will crack the screen. Please, God, don't suffocate you. You'll break it. Okay, so Chicken Wings has said, Zaid, if you are experiencing audio issues, please try turn your Discord off and on again.
If the problem persists, contact your IT admin and they will assist you.
What happened earlier? And what did
On that note of the cons and how you feel bad, Zaid, you can segue into your news or announcement or whatever that
Yes. I'm going to say, ladies and gentlemen, this is a segue. This is a segue. This is a segue.
So what I'm going to do is I'm going to bring the camera in real close.
Yo.
You got
I'm going to put my glasses low like this.
It's getting serious.
I'm going to look over
Shit's getting real.
I'll be like, yeah.
Serious.
I'll be like, but like now I can't see it because my glasses are too low. Okay, now I can see it. That's how I'm going to be like, hi friends, my name is Zaid, and I am a fan like you. The worst thing has happened. Coronavirus is everywhere. Everywhere. And we've just found out that we are currently on lockdown, which means that some of your favorite retailers may not survive. You can change that by supporting everyone, all day, every day, subject to your budget. But it's okay. But real talk right now, guys, I think it's a very, very scary thing. Like, I'm going to sit back over here and get serious for a second. The thing that I was talking about, with a lot of people depending on the cons, the con circuit to generate an income. It's very, very scary. Big business is talking about how, especially in the South African context, big business is talking about how they might not survive, this pandemic. Currently in South Africa, just earlier tonight, in fact, we found out that we're going to be on lockdown for 21 days. And honestly, it's scary to think about because, a lot can happen in 21 days. So we don't know what's really going to happen. So what I wanted to say, especially from this perspective of the comic book stores, because I'm first and foremost a comic book fan. Look, it doesn't matter where you're getting your stuff from, but, don't abandon the guys now. Now's the time where you need to go get those back issues. Now's the time where you need to go to those websites and, buy stuff, order stuff, and fill in your back issues, If you have pre-orders with them, keep to your pre-order arrangement. If you've got stuff that they're holding for you in your box, your call orders, they make sure, even if they're not able to, accept you in the store to receive it, or alternatively, if Korea is shut down and they can't push it out, just understand, the guys need the cash flow for it to roll. My Funko Pop collectors, now's your chance. If you think about it, a lot of the stores have big catalogs of Funko Pops. And some stores have them for as cheap as like $100, $175, $70, in some cases. So now's the time, find that $70, that $100, put it towards your comic book store. Just support the guys. There are guys who are making things. I don't want to mention anyone in specific because I don't want to be seen as though I chose one over the other. But there's
support your local comic book store.
Go to the closest one to you, and everyone ships countrywide, so you don't have to worry about that. But also I think there's a list. In fact, Comic-Con is doing a thing where they have a list of their retailers, or not retail exhibitors, excuse me, and basically contact details. After night, but basically, It's okay, man. They have a list of different exhibitors and how to get in touch with them. So even though you're not going to be having the Cape Town show, you can still get your stuff. You can still place orders. You can still reach out to the guys. So please, please, please support. I realize that things are going to get really tough for a lot of people over the next couple of weeks. But you know what? If we band together, support. And also another thing, and this is now like this one here is the awkward one.
It's like super serial.
Yeah, like you may find in the next couple of weeks that there will be people who will be selling off treasured items. Just speaking in the context of action figures and comic books, people might be selling books and figures and stuff really, really cheap, probably because they're desperate. Because a lot of people are not going to be able to attract an income. So if you do find yourself in a position where you can help someone, be lucky. Don't screw people over. Don't barter people, to the backbone. This is the only thing that's holding them out, and we try to screw people over. Just be lucky. It can happen to anyone. Just support. Just remember that we are a community, and it's times like this. It takes a village. And we are a village, so just look after each other, be lucky, and I think we're going to be just fine. Okay, yeah, so that's the thing, yeah.
You are a freaking king, bro. What you just said there, you put it out right, exactly how it should be said. Don't screw your fellow geek over, I agree 100% with you, bro. It's painful to see people actually, like you said, bartering people down for their treasured possessions, so like I remember when I was still in SA, I sold my Sword of Truth series for next to nothing because we needed money. It was painful, dude. I didn't want to do it, but we had to do it. And it hurt when we did, because I lost some very treasured books doing that. And thankfully my brother actually helped me out and gave me a whole bunch back. But it's not nice to actually lose those treasured items for next to nothing. So I agree with you, bro. Look out for your fellow fans. Geek is important, especially now with you guys in the SA, in the SA. What the fuck? In SA. Even here in Scotland, guys. Look out for your fellow geeks. We're all in it together. Here in our town, the little town that we live in. I'm not going to say the name, but the little town that we live in. We're actually helping out as well. Said that we're going to help out the kids if they need something like that through the lockdown or through isolation. We'll be more than happy to jump onto our stream and we'll stream with the kids and have fun, and they can talk to us and do that kind of stuff, and we'll make it more PG so that they can actually watch.
No, we didn't, Ash.
Oh God, no, never.
Yeah,
I'm sorry. One thing.
Astronomic asked if we sold any Lord of the Rings items.
Yeah, I will never sell my Lord of the Rings stuff. Sorry, I draw the line. I am an STTNG fan, so there's no way that's going to happen. Okay, so Geekoscopy knows that STTNG stands for Star Trek: The Next Generation. But yes, I will not sell my stuff from Star Trek or my stuff from Lord of the Rings, so don't worry about that. But yeah, even in our area, we've decided that we're going to start helping the kids out. We're going to, because obviously, I don't know if you guys in SA know, but schools are all closed here in the UK. They've all closed now. There's no school. And the kids need some sort of entertainment and stuff like that, especially the young ones. Natsu! He's so cute! Oh, he's so cute! I just want to squish him!
It's the Geek-Inspired Podcast. Get it.
It's the cat that is actually making...
He's biting my...
So, but what we're doing is we're actually sitting down here. To all you Scottish people, if you guys want, you got your kids and all that stuff, you can send them over our way when we are streaming. You can have them come here. We are going to PG everything during the day.
Anyway.
So you can watch us there. But that's what we've started doing now as well. So everyone is actually banding together because it's just the right thing to do, help your fellow man.
You should do that for your fellow geek things as well, like you
your
say.
Fellow human.
Even if see them at a con, if they all have Facebook pages, they all have websites, they all have Instagram pages and stuff like that. Why? Yes, sometimes they have their stuff on cheaper prices at cons and stuff, but why wait? Why not just go and get it now?
Mm-hmm.
Anyway, you're going to spend the money regardless. If it's a few extra brands or whatever, it helps them.
Yeah.
Yeah. You know, interestingly, can I add a point there? What I've noticed, especially over here, again, just in South Africa, and from the perspective of the comic book stores, like what I've noticed is a lot of the guys are even doing this thing where, you know, to respect isolation, they're even doing their deals with like free shipping. So just meet a certain minimum threshold spend, you know, and they'll ship to you wherever you are, you know. So, you know, again, we just got, we just put on lockdown earlier tonight. So obviously, you know, things are still a bit pie in the sky in terms of how the logistics over there will work. But, you know, like by and large, like I said, you know, just support, man, just support. And also, to, you know, it's something for you to get into as well. So this is what I would suggest to everyone, if I may be so bold. If you were looking to get into something, you know, now is your chance, you know. You know, like for example, I read comic books, so you get graphic novels. And graphic novels, for those of you who don't know, it's a collection of comic books, so it's an entire story in one, you know. And you can get those for like some of them as cheap as $100 all the way up. But I mean, like, it doesn't matter what's your fandom. Just contact your nearest comic book store, and you will find that, you know, they will have deals going on, and you can score some stuff. It'll be really, really cool. So yeah, just all I'm saying is, you know, I just don't abandon anyone. And most importantly, and this is slightly out of context now when it comes to geek stuff, but I'm a very, very, you know, I'm a big proponent of good mental health. And what's going to happen now is a lot of us are going to have to come face to face with some of our greatest fears. You know, the fear of being unable to provide for yourself, for your family, the fear of not knowing what's going to come next, and all of that. And if you find yourself now spiraling, you know, I battle with anxiety, and spot of depression. I don't make a secret of it because I think it's important to talk about these things. If you find that you are spiraling, you know, if you find that you're spiraling, you know, like take your broken heart, turn it into art. You know, like do something, reach out to someone, speak something, do something, and you know, like you're gonna get through this. It's gonna get better. So now you'll probably see like a major dip, you know, just like in your general being. Just remember, you're not alone. It's okay, and it's gonna be okay. So it's gonna be okay.
Yeah, and if anything else, you've got a whole community of people behind you.
Yeah,
we're all here. You know what? You guys, any of you guys who are following any of us on any of the social media, just chat to us. All you have to do is drop any one of us a DM, and we'll
DM
and we'll respond. A DM, man.
DMNT.
That DM, man. You know, a DM, man. Just drop us a DM.
But we're all always here.
We're always here. Yeah, we'll always look after you. Any one of you guys out there, we're always happy.
I think that's actually.
Zaid taught me this one. Wait.
Exactly. Exactly.
Turn the light bulb, pet the dog. Turn the light bulb, pet the dog. Step 1, turn the light bulb. Step 2, pet the dog.
Well done.
It's you, dude. You taught me.
So on the Tunes looks like he wants to say something.
Yeah, Tunes.
Well, I thought that was a good place to end off, since we saying you can DM us. We can give you all our details and where you can find us.
One question.
One question first. All right, let's go.
How did you come up with the idea to do your weekly, I think it's weekly, comic book rundowns, the little short shows that you do about the comic books and stuff? What inspired you to do that?
Okay, actually, it's part of good luck over there as well. So I collaborate with Cosmic Comics on that. Very big April. They sponsor the prizes every single week. And, you know, I was having a conversation with Shane, the owner of Cosmic Comics, and I was complaining to him about how it irritates me that, you know what, people never know what to buy, you know. And when I was starting out, my problem, because at that point there, the sequence of events that led to that was I'd gotten robbed in a deal. You know, I was buying something from someone and they really screwed me over. And I was just like, you know what, if there was only a way for me to know, you know, it would have been so much better because I wouldn't have had this problem. And then he was like, you know, then why don't we do that? You know, why don't we do something where we tell people what's coming out and what to buy? So it's actually 1 year. Like this weekend, on Friday, will be 1 year of hosting that show. So yeah, thanks, man. So yeah, like, major milestone, very excited about it. And yeah, so practically every week we talk about the comic books that come out, and that's where it came from. Just this desire to share with people on two levels. Number one, just for purposes of enjoying the hobby, like what to buy, where to buy it from, and what, like what's going to happen over there. And number two, and I don't really like this part, but it's an inalienable evil of the collector spectrum, where speculating, people buy stuff, speculating on whether it's going to go up in value or not. So in that show over there, for those of you who haven't caught it, I also talk about what I suspect, just based on the research one does, like what's going to go up because it's a first appearance or a major event and all of that. And what's really, really humbling about it is that, like, Cosmic Comics has auctions like practically every single day. And, I see people now who I know are regular viewers of that particular show, and now they're bidding against me, like in this thing. So you can see there's a sort of awareness. So I'm like, what have I done to myself? But it's nice. It's nice because now you can see that, more people are driven into the hobby. So it was just basically a basic platform to inform and entertain, so infotain. And it's been an awesome journey.
Yeah, that's awesome. You done?
Which you didn't though.
Hey?
Say again for me.
Sorry? Repeat.
Your news piece about the PlayStation, the guy that did the talk.
Oh, about the new. Oh God. Granted, it gave a lot of information about the PS5. Oh my God! I wanted to fall asleep. He was so boring.
Oh, Mike Sony. I like Mike
The
Sony.
new
Man.
PS5 specs. Oh God, he was so boring. It was like, could you at least put someone more exciting up?
Oh no, man, don't be that guy.
What are we gonna do? Yeah. But no, it's like.
No, I dig Mike Sony. I mean, sure. I mean, he's not the most charismatic person, but he's smart as hell.
He's as smart as hell, but fuck, he should not be giving information on. What
I mean, I would always prefer Shuei Yoshida to give presentations than anybody else, because Shuei Yoshida is fun.
Kuya says, "Congrats, Zaid." I'm pretty sure.
Thanks, man. I appreciate that.
Yeah.
Thanks a lot. Yeah. So my battery was dying over here, so I took off the headphones to charge. But then I realized that I can't get diddly squat. So it's fine. It's fine. I'm gonna make this last one.
What we're gonna do? What we're gonna do is we're going to call for a.
Do you have any advice?
Do you have any advice? I don't know who she's talking to though.
Zaid, obviously.
Zaddy, do you have any advice
for people wanting to join the geek culture scene, content creation, anything of that?
I said every day, bring down the thunder and do the thing. That's the only advice I can offer you. Bring down the thunder and do the thing. Like, for anyone who doesn't know, why I say bring down the thunder is like, before a storm happens, the one thing that makes you stop and listen and try to get to grips with what's going on around you is the sound of thunder. The thunder is not the destructive element, none of that. So when I say bring down the thunder and do the thing, it's literally that. Just do it. Just do it. And do what I did. Like in this current iteration of getting involved in the community. I saw a couple of groups and I started talking to people, and people started talking back. I mean, I remember Smallville Comics had a major store opening. I rocked up there in the worst cosplay ever, and I made friends on that day, and those will probably be friends for life. So just do the thing and keep doing the thing. That's it. That's all it is.
Yeah, that's really wicked.
Yeah.
All right, Chinzi, anything you got to say?
Not really. I mean, Zaid has said it all. He's got everything covered. Not much I can add.
All right, so then we're going to just close it off on that. Okay, so firstly, Zaddy, where can we find you? Where can our fans find you? That's the guys here in Scotland as well. Where can we find you?
Okay, I'm everywhere. So
apparently,
YouTube and
apparently,
yes?
Do the Thing is also one of your catchphrases.
Oh yeah, do the thing is one of your catchphrases. According to
Haley and Kuya and Tom. So it's one
do the thing.
Do the thing.
Do the thing. Doesn't matter why, just do it. Yeah, that actually is been down. Yeah, you're right. It is. How about that?
But anyway, where can the fans
we need
find
these
you?
T-shirts soon.
Yeah,
We
no,
do.
it's coming. It's coming.
Big ass DarthZadyBun. Do the thing.
Bring the thunder.
No.
And then on the back,
Hey
bring
guys,
the thunder.
Hey guys, what's up? DarthZadyBun. And then at the back, do the thing.
Bring the thunder.
Yeah. So in the front, you should be here. Hey, what's up, you guys? And the back, like,
Do the
Do the
thing.
thing.
okay. Okay, so I'm on YouTube and I'm on Facebook. So that
Oh dear. Technical difficulties
nice roof,
at the end of the
right,
podcast.
okay, right.
At the end of the podcast.
Thanks.
It's all falling apart, you guys. It's all falling apart.
Don't joke.
So, okay, the jokes aside, so yeah, on Facebook and YouTube, I go as ZHM Entertainment. So the letters ZHM and the second word entertainment. And I'm on Instagram as Motala, and on Twitter as well. I'm not as active there, but nonetheless, at Motala. So yeah, but if you guys do me the favor, just pop my stuff at like in the comments or whatever. That'll be awesome. I really appreciate that. Yeah. So yeah.
Awesome. Tunes, as always, where does everyone find a...
Well, today I'm wearing my Witcher cap and not my Geekoscopy brand cap. But you can always find me on the internet at Geekoscopy. Geekoscopy. SCOPY. SCOPY. And you can find me everywhere except MSN and Dig and Yahoo and... Well, you can actually find me on TikTok, but not much there yet.
You will eventually.
One day is one day. One day is one day.
One day is one day.
So all the useful places on the internet so far, you'll find me at Geekoscopy.
All right. Since Kez is so busy, like frantically typing on her phone, I will actually see the where you can find the SA Geeks.
You can find us on.
Oh wow! She jumped out of it.
You can find us on YouTube, you can find us on Twitter, you can find us on Instagram, you can find us on Facebook, and you can find us on TikTok, all as the SA Geeks.
No. Let's get this right. _SA_Geeks.
But
because for some odd reason, YouTube is so stupid they can't actually split the underscore up.
But if you type in the SA Geeks and you look for the pretty purple logo, that's us.
That is us. That is definitely us. You can't miss the SA Geeks logo. That's one thing. Guys, yeah, you can follow us right here on our...
Please stay safe.
Yeah, stay safe, guys.
Lockdown from Thursday.
Yeah, we are trying to stay safe up here in Scotland, but believe me, there's not much we're like quarantined the way we are anyway. So, yeah. But anyway, yes, we'd like to say, Zaddy, thank you so much for joining us. It has been an absolute pleasure. Tunes, as always, it's awesome having you here. Since it is your podcast in essence.
It's our podcast.
Awful having you here.
Yeah, it's been awful having me here because you're Zip Diffie.
We're hiring a...
Yeah, I'm
We're
the
hiring
loudest
Zaid to replace
you could ever have. You know what? The guys at Lanix like me, okay? So at least the Lanix guys like me. That's all that matters.
Zaid has more qualifications. He was at Comic-Con as host. So.
Soon I'll be a teacher. Just remember that.
Yeah.
Soon I'll be qualified.
Well, he's a doctor.
Yeah, but Tunes is part of the whole stream thing. That doesn't count.
But I'm not applying for the host job though. I'm technical
He's
services.
not applying for the host job.
Yeah, I'm a teacher.
He's technical
I'm
support in the
qualified.
corner.
I'm still teacher.
No, but
I'm allowed.
choose the technical support there in the corner.
Have you tried turning it off and on again? But anyway,
I did,
guys,
yeah.
thank you so much for watching.
We
do
love you
appreciate
all.
it. To Chicken Wingers, to
Tom, Kuya,
Kuya
Haley.
Bray,
oh my God, I've got corona.
all the peeps in the chat.
Tom, Kuya, Haley. I feel like I missed someone. I don't think I did.
I don't think you did. Guys, thank you so much for watching and chatting to us. Believe me, believe Zaddy, believe Tunes. Without you guys, we wouldn't be here. Thank you so much for joining us. We do appreciate it. And as always, remember, keep it geeky. Bye.
Bye. Bye. Bye.
We're dead.
Bye. No.
Nope, we're not there.